What up, everybody? Just got back from watching The Marvels. This movie, I'm going to flat out say it, completely blew my socks off. I watched the first trailer when it came out, did not care for it, and then they got a bunch of backlash. And then they released another trailer, looked a lot better. And I did not have any sense of how this movie was going to turn out. Majority of my thinking was it's going to be 50-50, and I was blown away and how much I was wrong. I'm just going to start off with saying, if you have any negative comments, don't bother commenting. I've already gotten some really disrespectful comments, and I'm not going to put up with it. I'm not going to respond to you, give you more attention. I'm just going to delete your comment. With all that said, let's start the review quick. I'm going to try my best to not drag it on, but there's so much about this movie that I absolutely love. Number one is the acting. Brie Larson actually feels like she wants to be here this time, unlike Captain Marvel. This is the best movie I have seen her in. I liked her in Kong Skull Island, but she was great here. She really fits in the atmosphere. Her dialogue is really good. Her character is a lot more likable. There's a lot more layers to her character. Monica Rambeau, great. Kamala Khan, terrific. She completely stole the show from the other two. This movie has some really good emotional moments mixed in with the fun family comedy and the whole family dynamic. What I liked about this movie so much, yes, the characters are awesome, but the powers in their fight scenes and how they can they can switch spots and teleport. It made the fight scenes something I had never ever seen done before. It made it so fresh and unique. Every single fight scene is deliberately just amazing. The cinematography is amazing. You can see all three fighting at once. Very nice open wide shots. And one thing that people aren't going to talk about is something I picked up on halfway through the movie. We do have a villain here, but she's not really a villain, which I really enjoyed how they did her. Basically, a couple years ago, Captain Marvel, the Annihilator, destroyed this villain's hometown. And she's kind of not even looking for revenge. She's just trying to get on the side of the Skrulls and they can rebuild together instead of fighting each other. But Captain Marvel is kind of the one that fucks it up for her at the end of the day. So I definitely see her point of view. She wasn't... Yes, she does go around and kill people, but at the end of the day, she's just trying to protect her community and her world that she lives in. And no one's going to talk about this, but what I caught on to, Marvel could have pulled the same bullshit with just having her and her minions and having the minions attack the Marvels, but that doesn't happen other than like the beginning fight scene in Kamala's house. The villain is fighting the Marvels every fight scene, and then you get to the end and they fight each other. They have this big awesome third act, and at the end of the movie I really came to my senses. It was like there wasn't one stupid big CGI army battle. Once you think that's gonna happen, the villain just steps in. It's the 3 against 1, and she takes them all on herself instead of getting the army to go after them. That was just really well done. And like I said, I don't think people are gonna catch on to that. They're just gonna think, oh, another fight scene, but it's something that Marvel easily could have cashed out on, and they didn't. So thank you for that. Cinematography wise, like I said, every single shot in this movie is fucking beautiful. It's amazing to look at. I did not think the 3D was going to be that good. It definitely was. It was worth it. One of the better 3D movies in the past couple of years for sure. What else was I going to say? There's one more thing I was going to say that I really, really liked. The third act and how they handled that. I'm not going to really explain it. I will spoil the post-credit scene, so if you don't want to see that, you can click off now. But Monica... You know what? Fuck it. This is a spoiler review. Monica Rambeau basically gets stuck in this universe somehow, and she gets separated from everybody. And they had a chance to kind of not take that risk. Captain Marvel could have easily saved her, but, you know, they took a risk. They didn't kill her, but she is trapped. Leading up to the post-credit scene with the one and only, spoiler alert, click off now, the one and only X-Men. I can't believe this happened. I don't remember the last time I saw a post-credit scene from Marvel and was just fucking on the edge of my seat. My heart stopped. My jaw was wide open. I was, I didn't have any words. It was just, That's all I could say, how excited I was. I was thinking about it earlier. I was like, yeah, they could have introduced the X-Men, but that wouldn't really make sense in this movie. But the way the movie plays out, certain situations of the characters and what they're going through, it kind of makes sense. And I'm really happy. There's only one character. I'm not going to ruin who it is. But there is one character of the X-Men that shows up. And it's so well done. There is 2 cameos. If you don't want to know, click off now. Valkyrie shows up and Kate Bishop shows up. It doesn't feel forced whatsoever. It feels completely natural to the story. Unlike Multiverse of Madness. So, the girl that did this, she did Candyman, and that's the only movie I've seen from her. That wasn't my favorite movie, but this is an awesome debut, especially for Marvel, for her. Like, this is awesome. Cinematography-wise, production-wise, and especially dialogue-wise, because this movie could have been all glitz and glamour and just how it looked, and they could have skipped over and just had shit dialogue, but they didn't. They flesh out the characters, they have really good dynamics, and really good dialogue. There's one scene in particular in here with cats. Me and my buddy, I'm not even fucking with you guys, I was crying. There was fucking tears coming out just because of how funny this shit was. I could not stop laughing. I haven't had this good of a time in a Marvel movie in so long. And I'm not, like, I'm going to separate, like, I had a good time, plus the movie is awesome, because some people think, oh, you had a good time doesn't mean the movie was good. I had a great time because the movie was so good. Not just because of the stupid jokes. There's not any jokes in here that weren't funny. They're all great. They're all well delivered. They're very subtle. And then you have very good emotional moments. And it all comes together as a great package. Please go support this movie. Don't bash it if you haven't seen it because you don't like the leads. Like I said, I've already gotten disrespectful comments. Just go watch the movie. You don't like it, you don't like it. But please give it a chance. Because it is not the MCU's best. It's not the worst. But I do think it is one of the best Marvel movies. MCU movies, at least, that has been made ever. So this would be definitely, I don't know about my top 5, but definitely in my top 10. Definitely want to watch it again. Definitely want to buy the 4K of it. And I definitely want you guys to form your own opinion and go watch it. Because this is a Marvel movie that should not be bombing. They should be making as much money as they can and getting as much support as they can. Because us fans have been asking for something different and unique. And we finally got it. And people online are still complaining. You really can't make everyone happy like they say. It really is true. But please take the time. Go watch it. Support it. You don't like it. Good for you. Brie Larson. I can't believe I'm saying this, but I am excited as fuck to see her back with taking on Captain Marvel role and just being a complete badass. Like, there are scenes with her just annihilating people, and it's just fucking awesome. There's no wokeness, there's no agenda, there's no propaganda. There's nothing in this movie that says us 3 women are better than men or stronger than men. It just focuses on the characters. That is what we need. I think Marvel's done pushing that shit. I think that era is coming to an end, thank God, because that was pretty exhausting to get through. I really do feel like they're finding their footing. There was a guy sitting behind me, my buddy, and he even said the last phase, complete garbage. but he had a great time with this movie because it doesn't take itself too seriously, and when it does it well. So that's the review of the Marvels. Let me know what you guys think after you see it, and I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. I will be doing a spoiler review of Loki season 2, so check that out when you can. I'll be watching the final episode tonight. By the time I got back last night, it was like 11 o'clock, so I didn't watch Loki, but I am fucking excited. With Loki, Secret Invasion, the Marvels, Echo coming out in January. Echo's the next thing coming out. I don't see it going down, man. I just see it going up for us fans. So thank you, Marvel. I really, really appreciate you guys turning this shit around and getting back on the right foot. I really appreciate it, and I appreciate you guys. Peace.